Yep, that's a cowboy in Arkansas on Thursday doing what cowboys do, tend to cattle.
That's pretty much what we do, is hang out, ride mules, and play cowboy all day.
Our cowboy here trains mules and horses for a living, but last week he was called over to his neighbor's place about a baby cow on ice.
I noticed that the little calf was out on the pond and I couldn't find my rope, and so I thought about a close by neighbor that usually does this stuff, so I called him.
Yeah, maybe your neighbor lets you borrow his hedge trimmers every once in a while or something, but this guy lives next to a guy who knows how to wrangle a calf at a moment's notice.
We just drove the truck right to the pond and just ran up there and got it roped and got it drug out.
That's not to say this cattle call went off without a hitch. See that? That's our cowboy's first rope attempt out there on the ice.
No, I did not rope it the first try. It's actually pretty comical. So I threw it so hard that the rope just kept going, and I threw the whole dang rope was out there.
Of course, he had a backup rope, as a cowboy does, and he was able to wrangle the thing before a chef could even dream up a recipe for chilled veal.
It was real lucky because where the calf had been laying, the ice had already started breaking and melting.
The owner of this calf notes that this time of year is actually pretty awful for his livestock.
When the ponds melt, the cows still will go out on them. And before you know it, they're out on it. I've already lost 5 calves.
During the rescue, the little cow's mom also exhibited signs of winter worry.
Because I was thinking that if she gets mad and she runs me over and knocks me in this pond, that's going to get really cold.
The cowboy notes that he's always down to help out a neighbor in need.
I think it's important for Region 8 and America in general is just to help your neighbors any way you can.
You always want to know a good neighbor? Max is a good neighbor.
The little calf is fine now, but should he or any other cow still be interested in practicing their ice capades, the cowboy is ready.
Absolutely. We'll be loaded and going in about 10 minutes.
Well, with winter firmly settled in, services like his have been sorely needed elsewhere across our frozen nation. Here's a Swan Lake scene. Sorry, no Natalie Portman here, but a swan stuck to some lake ice out in Iowa recently. Its feet and wings were frozen down, and conservation officers say they think it had been there for a couple of days. They had to cut some of this poor thing's feathers to free it from the frozen water, but were ultimately able to get it back to their shop to get it heated up again. Fortunately, the conservation officers don't think the swan has any permanent damage. And here it is, safe and sound, inside of what appears to be a large toilet paper box. And yeah, there's some toilet paper in the back seat. And here's a creature who likely regrets darting after a frigid bird. These are images of firefighters in Indiana last week rescuing a dog that had spotted a goose. The dog went to chase after it and, yep, fell into this icy river. The fire department took these shots and were able to rescue the guy. Look at his chilly little paws there. And the family says while their dog is now safe and sound, he's upset that he wasn't able to catch that goose. Well, I've got some good news. If your dog knows how to operate a computer or a game console, they could always download Untitled Goose Game, where players take on the role of a goose that terrorizes a small little English town. Though considering all these acts of kindness we've seen unfold across this winter weather here in America, you should probably be nice to your neighbors.